Hello guys, today I want to talk about this little thing. It fits in my pocket, it costs pretty much nothing, and it comes with no rules and no structure. All it does is just waits for me to just come and write down my thoughts, my emotions, my feelings, my ideas, whatever. So no apps, no distractions, no battery life. It is easily accessible and available for me at all times, and of course I'm talking about my pocket notebook. And as some of you know, I've been using pocket notebooks for quite some time now, and I still love it and I still do it. It's quite messy, so it's not something that I put on YouTube that often, but I absolutely love it. And of course, I can just blah blah talk to you about the benefits, but instead of just talking, I'm gonna show you. So come with me and I will show you what exactly I've been writing down in my pocket notebook for the past 7 days and why I found it beneficial. By the way, before we jump into it, right now I'm using the cheapest notebook ever. Like basically it is made out of recycled paper and well, it costs, I think this one costs around like $1 or something like that. It doesn't have any brand, and I do have like this nice sort of cover where I fit there. It's like brothers and sisters. Some of them are like gridded, some of them are like different, but it's more like a way to organize them. But the truth is, when I carry around my pocket notebook, it's usually just plain, just like that, and you can see the edges don't go all crazy. So reminder, don't go crazy. If you're looking for some messy notebook, just go for the cheapest version. It gotta be flexible, it gotta be small, and that's it. Nothing else. So on the first day, I have written some random YouTube ideas and just some things that I feel like maybe I should create content on. And also I put down a quote about maladaptive daydreaming. It's more like also a diagnosis or something like that, which I found very interested and wanted to learn more about. And then I have some reflections, some thoughts that appeared out of a conversation, like I was having a conversation with my friends and we were talking creativity, and I had some weird thoughts, confusing thoughts, so I've written it down and put it here on paper, as well as some random to-do lists related, I feel like, to work and personal stuff. And this, guys, thing number one, this is already magical, because the best thing about pocket notebook is that you don't have to overthink anything. Instead of like staring off my phone, getting distracted by other people, other apps, other thoughts, I just put it down and I can use it later for deeper reflections. Like for example, this thought that I have put here, I then used later on a call with my therapist. And some thoughts I used in my journal and later on and whatever. So this is why I also love it. And I have it with me. I just write it down. Again, I do not get distracted by anything. And I know that it's going to be here on paper waiting for me and I can go back whenever I want. Day number 2 was a bit of maybe surprise. I ended up writing a long train of thought, and then I have brainstormed some planner and journal ideas and ended up putting here a quote, not a quote from a book, but rather I was reading a book and it was describing this war between Greece and Turkey and how the city of Smyrna, hope I'm pronouncing that right, was taken over and destroyed, and now it is the city of Izmir. And I'm not really familiar with anything that happened during that war, and I found it really fascinating and interesting, and I put it down to read more about that later. And I think here comes the benefit number 2. Pocket notebooks are a great way to put down some of your personal discoveries. Whether it is like some random reflection that you're having at the moment, or maybe some fact that you want to be able to like put there and memorize and go back to it, it can turn on into something bigger later. And again, no distractions. And one thing that I would mention here as additional benefit is of course the format. Like you can of course use the notes in your app, and if that works for you, that's perfect. But for me, I like being messy. I like using my pen. I like adding more strokes when I need, or less strokes. And I can also tell by the way my handwriting looks, how I was feeling, what was happening at that moment. And this is also pretty cool and pretty awesome. And I think, yeah, the freedom of creativity that the pocket notebook gives is nothing compared to any digital device so far. On day number 3, I just created a quick list of what things I'm not going to buy for my no-buy months that I want to practice. Hey, by the way, have you ever practiced something like that? Maybe you can share with me some of your ideas, because my list is getting quite cumbersome and just a little bit weird. And then I was thinking about some ideas for my meal prep. What are the meals that I want to take for a couple of days together with some workout and things like that. And here I want to reflect on something. My friend noticed me doing that and he was like, why don't you just put all of that into ChatGPT and it will instantly give you like replies, it will guide you through your life, give you answers and whatever. And I was like, this is not what I want. This is the opposite of what I want. Look, this thing over here is like, how would I put it? It's absolutely pure, like my thoughts, my ideas, my emotions, uninfluenced by anything. I don't want to be interrupted by ChatGPT providing its answer. I use it when I need to. This is not when I need to. I just want to stay focused on whatever I feel, however I feel about certain things, or what I find important and things like that. And it has to be unstructured. It has to be like a dump of things, and I'm looking to detach from the digital thing as much as possible on my free time, or any time when I don't really need it, because I find it more like mindful and I feel connected to my thoughts and to myself and to my life when I do it that way. And again, this is my personal feeling. Of course, it doesn't mean that everybody's feeling that way, but this is how I feel. And this is again why I think pocket notebooks, or any sort of notebooks pretty much, is very beneficial and good for me, for my mental health, maybe for you as well. On day number 4, my thoughts shifted towards work, and because we have a review at my work, and I was thinking about, okay, what are some areas that I can possibly navigate to or explore, and then I added some tasks in Russian when it comes to my work. You know what else I'm thinking right now is that pocket notebooks gives me also freedom to, again, be myself and be honest with myself, because I'm not editing that, I'm not creating that for anyone, and I'm just letting the truth come out, the pure ideas come out, no judgment, whatever, even though you're looking at that, but please don't judge me, okay? This is just again, something that I found really working for me. On day number 5, I just copied some doodle because I felt like it. I was in Barcelona on the day, and this landscape is nothing compared to Barcelona, of course, but I just felt like creating that doodle, and then I was browsing through some content platforms, whatever I had in mind, and then I had an idea that I wanted to discuss with my Chinese doctor. And on day number 6, basically nothing happened. I was just excited to go on the play, and I wanted to write down some of the things beforehand, but I think I got distracted by work, and I also forgot how to spell theater, so that was a bit cumbersome. But the next day, I basically reflected on the play itself. I just wrote down the core, or the basic feeling that I felt after it, which was really, actually, I wouldn't say life-changing, but it was really intense what I was feeling, and I just wanted it to be there on paper. I woke up in the morning and I was still thinking about that. I have digested and slept on the idea of that play. So yeah, here it came on paper. I want to wrap up sharing of what I think you should and should not expect from a pocket notebook, because of course this is not a solution to any kind of problem. It's not a magical tool, but it is a tool. I should say that you definitely should not expect this to magically change your life, make you productive, make you accountable, or make your life sort of instantly structured. Again, this is just a tool, and it is quite messy. This is a place for your messy thoughts and messy emotions that you later can use. And this is something that you actually can expect from it, because it gives you clarity, okay? So, and this is the biggest benefit, a clarity when it comes to your thoughts and, again, your ideas, because it's there on the paper, it's real, and also because of the format, how small it is, how fast it is raw, it is quick, and it is, in most time, really honest. So this is a great tool that you can use later. Again, in your therapy sessions, in your journaling sessions, talking to your friends, maybe talking to AI, whatever tool you use in order to figure out yourself and what is going on with you and your life and emotions and la la la. So again, I'm not saying this is a life-changing thing on its own, but it can change your life, and you have to remember that. And I think that answers the question, why am I so obsessed with pocket notebooks? And you should all remember that it is really simple and you don't need to go crazy creating any spreads, so making it look beautiful or whatever. It's just a place for you to express yourself in any way you want. And also, it's not distracting you because it's just pen and paper. It's not your phone with all the apps and your muscle memory, like already wanting to go on Instagram whenever you like pick up your phone. So it's just here. And if you're looking for some mental clarity, I would really suggest trying and give it that a shot. So that was 7 days in my pocket notebooks and a little bit of wisdom from myself that came along. Please don't hesitate to share any ideas that you personally have from your own experience or just any random ideas. Really looking forward to it. And I'll see you really soon. Bye-bye.